Hi, in this video I will explain planetary combination and placements for early death or death in childhood through analyzing different birth charts practically. The third and the eighth house are the houses of life. The 12th houses from these two, namely, the second and the seventh, are the houses of death. There are death-dealing or Maraka planets in every birth chart. They are: Number 1. The second and seventh lords cause death. Number 2. The occupants, particularly malefics, of the second and seventh houses. Number 3. The planets, especially malefics associating with the second and seventh lords. Or these, the planets in conjunction with the second and seventh lords are the most powerful in causing death. Benefic planets in association with the second and seventh lords are less powerful in causing death than malefic planets. Number 4. The lord of the third or eighth house associating with the second or the seventh lord. Number 5. Second house associating with seventh house or placement of second lord in seventh house or vice versa. While Saturn passes through the eighth house from moon sign, death might occur. If the moon occupies the 8th, 12th or the 6th house and is aspect by malefic Rahu, the child dies early. Predictions regarding the longevity of children are generally not advisable. Anyway, we give here some charts illustrating death in childhood. So, for example, let us take one birth chart. In this chart, the moon is in the 8th house with Rahu and is aspect by a malefic planet Saturn. Ascendant is aspect by Mars adversely. Jupiter, no doubt, aspects ascendant, but as 8th lord his presence in the 7th is not welcome. And one death-dealing house, that is 7th house lord Saturn, placed in another death-dealing house, that is 2nd house. Which indicates early death. Afflictions to the moon and lagna generally cause death in infancy or childhood. This child died at the age of 2.5 years while Saturn transiting in 8th house from moon. Example 2. In this chart, moon is afflicted by Rahu and Saturn. He does not receive any benefic aspects. Both Rahu and moon move into the 12th bhava. Death-dealing 2nd house lord placed in another death-dealing 7th house. And there is mutual aspect between two malefic Saturn and Mars. The child died in its 3rd year, while Saturn moving in the 8th house from moon. Example 3. In this chart, moon is in a malefic sign afflicted by Mars and Saturn, Mars being 8th lord, placed in death-dealing 2nd house, and there is mutual aspect between Saturn and Mars. Malefic planet Rahu in 8th house and getting aspect from another malefic and enemy planets Mars from 2nd house. Combination of 2nd and 8th house indicates early death. And another death-dealing 7th house lord Jupiter getting aspect from Rahu from 8th house. So, child died hardly after a week. Example 4. In this chart, you can see 8th house lord Jupiter conjunction with 7th house lord Saturn in 5th house and Saturn aspect strongly 2nd house and 7th house both. Combination of 8th and 6th lord also not good for longevity. As Saturn being strong death-dealing planet here, and aspect Ketu in 7th house, the child died in Saturn period and Ketu sub-period. You can observe here that Ketu placed in 7th house, which is death-dealing house. Thank you for watching. If still you are not subscribed my channel, I request you to subscribe my channel right away.